The little girl was still being exploited and made to work late at night. Suddenly, a golden arrow feather shot down from the sky. The next day, the girl was taken into the imperial palace. It turned out that the previous Wu concubine had taken a fancy to Shou Xiwei, who had lost her relatives and been abducted and sold. That's why she shot the arrow feather transformed from a golden rooster. She taught Shou Xiwei all her magic skills and trained her to become the next Wu concubine. Shou Xiwei had also promised her that she would never develop emotional connections with the people who came for her services. However, the frequent meetings between the emperor and Shou Xiwei caught the attention of the imperial concubines. One day, Lady Hua, who was second only to the empress in status, suddenly paid a visit. She told Shou Xiwei that because of her frequent meetings with the emperor, it had already caused dissatisfaction in the harem and asked her to be more careful. After saying that, she turned to leave, but when Shou Xiwei saw the flower flute hanging from her waist, she knew that Lady Hua had something to ask of her. Lady Hua said that she would come back at night. Unexpectedly, the emperor also came to Shou Xiwei's residence at night and met Lady Hua, who was visiting. Strangely, neither of them showed much reaction. Soon, the three of them were chatting and laughing. Even more incredibly, Lady Hua talked about her deceased lover in front of the emperor, and the emperor didn't seem to care at all. It turned out that Lady Hua's lover had died 3 years ago, and she had been waiting for her lover's soul to return. However, the spiritual flower flute had never sounded. This time she came to ask Shou Xiwei to use the flower flute to summon her lover's soul so that she could see her lover one last time. Shou Xiwei readily agreed to her request. However, when she performed the magic, she failed to summon the soul. This meant that the man either wasn't dead or was being controlled by some special means. Helplessly, Lady Hua could only return disappointed. But the next day, a palace maid disappeared inexplicably in the palace. When Shou Xiwei tracked her to the small forest through a crow, she belatedly realized that she had been deliberately lured there. At this time, the palace maid had been possessed. The one who possessed her was from the silver-haired clan, just like Shou Xiwei. She threatened Shou Xiwei to do something for her, or she would kill the palace maid, as the palace maid's neck was about to be pierced. In a critical moment,
Osho. 本家そのものの具合は。
気を失っているだけでございます。
そうか、助かった。
ウヒよ、なぜお前は高級に事故ることに甘んじているのだ。お前が望めば全てを得られるだろうに。